you're starting to forget the fact that you were never doing this for anyone else. You were never doing it for other people's validation. You didn't need somebody to go tell you, right, to go do something. You didn't need somebody to tell you to wake up. You didn't need somebody to tell you to go to school. You didn't need somebody to tell you to do your homework. That's something that you just did because you knew if you didn't, there would be consequences. There would be bad consequences. Okay, yeah, there's probably people that don't do those things. But then what happens if they don't? Those people usually that don't do those things that they're supposed to do don't end up with the life that they want. They don't end up with the rewards that come with doing those things that you're supposed to do. Right? But you never did. You never took this step to start this new journey for yourself. You never wanted to start this new endeavor. You never wanted to go into this new opportunity. You never wanted to take that new job. You never wanted to start that new business for anyone else but you. You didn't do it because of other people told you to. You didn't do it because someone else told you to do it. You did it because you thought would be best for you. You thought you did it because that's something that you actually wanted to do. So you have to stop caring. Seriously, you have to stop caring about what other people have to say. Stop caring about how other people feel about what you're doing. You have to stop caring about how other people feel about what you're doing. Because at the end of the day, it's not for them. At the end of the day, everything that you do is for you. Every choice and every decision that you make creates a compound effect. And I want you to really understand this. And I want you to really break it down for yourself if you need to even further. Right? But you have to understand that everything that you do, every decision, every choice that you make creates a compound effect, like that snowball effect. One choice on top of another that leads to the next, that leads to this, that goes to that. All those things that you do, all those choices that you make actually matter. Right? So don't ever feel like because you make a bad choice that it doesn't matter. Okay, that bad choice is a choice regardless. And everything is about the way you see things. It's all about your perspective. It's all about how you actually view everything that you do. How you view these choices, right? How you view these decisions. It's all about perspective. So you might think it's a bad choice, but somebody else might think it's a good choice. Or you might think it's a bad choice, but instead you have to see it as something different. It doesn't have to be a bad or a good choice. It doesn't have to be anything. It can be completely what it is for what it is. Simply, that's just what it is. It's just a choice. Whether it's bad or not is up to you. Whether it's bad or not that's the decision you make. We all put the value behind things that we do. You put the value behind everything that you do. And it's all about how you see it. You might see it as something bad, but the next person might see it as a lesson. Might see it as something that they can chalk up to, as something that they can learn from. So that's all a perspective thing. It's all about how you actually see the things that you do. But you never did anything for anyone else. You only did it for you. You did it so you can actually step outside of your comfort zone, right? Because obviously you made a decision for a reason. You wanted a change in lifestyle for a reason, right? You didn't want to keep doing the same things that you've been doing. You were getting tired of that. You were getting bored of that. You were getting sick of it too. So if you were tired of what you were doing, the way you were living, if you were getting tired of that lifestyle, sitting on the couch, being lazy and not doing anything, not living up to your full potential, not understanding that you actually have a purpose to fulfill, not seeing that purpose and not seeing a bigger vision for yourself, a bigger dream, was the whole reason why you decided to take this next step into your life. And that's the only thing that should matter at the end of the day. Not what anybody else has to say about you. not how other people feel about how you feel about the thing that you're doing. None of that even matters, right? Especially if it's not even the right people. You need to get those things out of the way, because those things are distractions. You have to actually realize that if it's not for your benefit, if it's not to help you, if people are not here to help you, if people don't want to see the best for you, and I mean actually the best for you, because it can be the people that are the closest to you, your family, even close friends that are like your family. Those people might be ruined for you now. But once you start to hit a certain threshold and you start to actually elevate and you start to actually go above and beyond what people expected out of you, you start to see a real change, a real difference in how people look at you now. Just because you now have to move a certain way, you gotta make different decisions for your life. People might see that and take that as something completely out of context. They might take it completely different than you do. They're not going to see it the same way that you do. They don't have the same visions as you do. You don't have the same ideas that they do. They don't have that determination. They don't have that drive. They don't have that push. They don't have that thing that you have, that you know is what's actually pushing the gears for you, that's actually making you put your foot on the gas, and that's actually making you succeed. They're not going to see it that way, but the people that actually care about you will, and those are the people that you need to keep close. The healthy habits, the healthy patterns and decisions, those are the things you need to focus on. Those are the things that you need to actually ingrain within your lifestyle. If it's not for your benefit, take it out of the way. They're distractions. Even when it comes to things like your phone, scrolling for no reason, get that out of the way. So if it's not for your own good, the things that you're doing is what you need to reconsider, is what you really need to reevaluate and really see why you're doing these things and if they're good or not for you. But that fear that you have, right, that lack of discipline, that fear of not living up to your full potential is what you need to not focus on. That lack of discipline is what you need to focus on. Implementing things that are going to keep you on track and getting rid of those emotions, those feelings that are actually holding you back. Just because you're not comfortable doesn't mean that you won't be comfortable if that's what you're looking for. But being uncomfortable is what you want. Putting yourself through the actual hard tasks, putting yourself through that mental toughness is what is going to create a better version of you. And that's what you need to focus on. And being able to stick to a regimen that is going to not only test you, but push you to your limits. That is going to make sure that you actually focus on what you need to. It's going to actually make you disciplined enough to put effort into the things that you want to do, right? The things that actually matter to you and the things that are actually important to you, to your physical, your mental, and your spiritual health. Those are the things that really matter. So anything else that is not for your benefit is what you need to get rid of and start focusing on what is going to help you. All right. If anything that you need to care about is those things, focusing on your spiritual health, your mental health, and your physical health. And if you have those three things, then the life that you will live will be of nothing but abundance. It's just about how much you actually want these things. If you don't want them, then you can go ahead and live a life of mediocrity, right? That does nothing for me. It does nothing for nobody else but you. And if that's what you desire, so be it. But if you actually want to live a life of wealth, everything I just said is simple, not easy. Love y'all, man. Peace, y'all.